episode 100. Tang Ru had long since stopped playing her game. She had been quietly watching the whole scene unfold. She saw a flicker of melancholy cross Ye Xiu's face as he exhaled the smoke, but it vanished instantly, replaced by his usual, half-dead lazy look.
Who is it?
A former colleague. Someone from the Glory Pro League.
Yeah, is he that famous?
Quite famous. You don't even know who I am. That's a real blow to my pride, you know.
Can't help it. When it comes to Glory players, I only know the two that Guoguo is always talking about. Suma Chen and Ye Qiu. Guoguo especially liked that Suma Chen. She even had her promotional posters plastered all over her room back in the day.
I think they're gone now.
You've been in Guoguo's room.
I was just helping her get a blanket once.
Ye Xiu hurried to explain, so he wouldn't be mistaken for someone who liked sneaking into a girl's room.
Did he fall asleep on the couch again? Changru, however, was quite experienced.
Yeah, is he always like this?
All the time. She's probably asleep on the couch again by now.
Why don't you go check on her?
You're okay.
Me? What do you think could possibly happen to me? Zam.
Just a minor scene. What kind of storms and waves haven't I, your big brother, seen before?
Good, Tang Ru said, heading upstairs. Ye Xiu watched her go, a faint smile touching his lips once more. The girl had a good heart. Afraid he was feeling down, she'd kept him company with some idle chatter. Not long after Tang Ru went upstairs, she came back down. Once she arrived, she announced,
Just as I guessed, she'd fallen asleep on the sofa again.
Ye Xiu sighed with a touch of feeling. His hands were already back to focusing on the game, while Tang Ru continued her dungeon run, which had been paused halfway. After fighting in silence for a while, she suddenly asked another question.
Will they come back? No. Why? I think they'd know if they found out you're the manager here.
Tang Ru left the thought unspoken.
He knew Ye Xiu had seen through their game. Seeing Ye Xiu just made them want to boot up their machines here even more. That way, they could really put the Net Cafe's staff through their paces, using their inconvenience as an excuse.
What's so inconvenient?
Think about it. What would happen if an NBA basketball star just showed up on a random public court? It's the same thing. Internet cafes are where Glory players gather the most. A figure like him showing up here casually is just asking to be mobbed. He'd be even more annoyed than I am.
Tang Ru immediately remembered how the four guys had sent one person to peek inside first, checking if anyone was there, before they all entered.
Forget about them. Just focus on grinding your levels.
I've hit level 20.
Ye Xiu turned his head to look. Sure enough, Han Yanrao had already reached level 20.
Change your class, then hide the Frost Forest.
For most new players, the class change quest can be a bit tricky, often requiring several attempts to get right. But for Tang Ru, with her impressive hand speed, it was no trouble at all. She breezed right through the class change quest. Han Yanru officially became a battle mage. Where are you at? Ye Xiu sent his coordinates in-game. He, Tianqi, and Yu Zhongmian were already heading for the dungeon. He also messaged Steamed Bun Invasion, telling him to come join the run. But Baozi Invasion was currently hooked on PK in the arena and was rather reluctant when Lord Grimm called him to the dungeon. Ye Xiu really had no way to handle this newbie. He got hooked on anything in a flash, found everything fascinating. As he traveled, Ye Xiu sent another message to Lord Grimm, the guild leader of Tyrannical Ambition, asking if he'd managed to get the intel on the 5-man team from Excellent Dynasty yet.
Not yet, the gear info is proven tricky to get.
Glory doesn't have a feature to directly check another player's stats. Cold Night Pond replied. To figure out a stranger's gear, you need a sharp eye for equipment and a good look at their character's outfit. Night Frost Lake was taking this seriously, even dispatching the guild's gear experts to track down those 5 players and study their setups.
And their classes. You should already know those, right?
That shouldn't be too difficult, said Ye Xiu.
We've already got the intel. Ash Gray is a magic swordsman. Seabreeze is a sharpshooter. Silent Violet is a brawler. No Escape is a witch. And Moneybags is an elementalist.
Got it.
Ye Xiu replied, a faint, knowing smile already playing at the corners of his mouth. A blade master, a striker, and a sharpshooter. Those were precisely the character classes used by Liu Hao, Wang Zi, and Fang Fengren. When Ye Xiu saw these three with Chen Yihui, the guild leader in charge of Excellent Dynasty, he'd already formed this suspicion. Now it's clear. The Frost Forest dungeon record in the 10th server was indeed set by a pro player. But these three really must have too much time on their hands, coming down to smash a record for a low-level dungeon like Frost Forest. What's the point? Just for kicks. Ye Xiu couldn't figure it out. Even if he wanted to have fun running a dungeon, he could have gone to the heavenly domain. Could it be he's just chasing the thrill of setting a record? If that were truly the case, then Ye Xiu would have to feel a bit embarrassed for them. Challenging the record. You're trying to beat the Frost Forest record in the new server. That's like an NBA star coming to compete against high schoolers. Have you no shame? Regardless of whether it's appropriate, a pro player's skill is just on another level. They shattered the Frost Forest records across all 10 servers in one fell swoop. In fact, across all the major servers, some of the Ultimate Dungeon records were already set by pro players, and they ended up being the highest records across all servers. Yet these records earned not an ounce of admiration, only a chorus of curses from the players in that server. These records set by pro players are clearly a cut above what regular players can achieve. No matter how hard they try, they just can't beat them. Losing a chance to make the leaderboards and get the rewards for no good reason. Of course they're pissed. What's the big deal about being a pro? Instead of competing in the league, they come to the game to bully regular players. These were the kinds of voices that used to flood the forums, making any pro player who set a new record feel utterly disgraced, completely unwilling to admit they were the ones who'd cleared the dungeon. If the character who set the record isn't even being used anymore, they're basically a rat scurrying across the street. Truth is, the pro players never meant for this. They were just bored, messing around a bit, and never expected it to blow up like this. In the end, conspiracy theorists even claimed the game company had hired pro players to deliberately set unbeatable records, just to stop players from breaking them and claiming the rewards.